Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well.
Okay, I'm here.
I think the judge may have stepped away.
Hi, what's the second, please? Morning.
Morning.
How's everyone? Good morning. Is
Doing well.
number 525-824 of 2019?
Counsel, please confirm that that's the correct index number.
And then you could call it into the record. Go ahead.
Today is Monday, October 31st, 2022. This is index number 525-824 of 2019, 1746 East 13th Street, LLC, versus Kamov Ottomore. Counsel, please note the appearance for the record.
For plaintiff Amy Marion, M-A-R-I-O-N. Sorry, I'm trying to make my volume a little louder. On behalf of Abrams Fensterman, LLP, 1 Metro Tech Center, Brooklyn, New York, and confirming that the index number the court said is the correct index number.
Thank you.
And that's on behalf of all plaintiffs.
And who's present with you, Miss Marion?
Sorry, Your Honor, present with me is my client Jacob Landau and Israel Landau.
Thank you. Mr. Kamov?
Itamar Chaimov, I-T-O-M-O-R, Chaimov, K-H-A-I-M, as a Mary, O, V as a Victor, defendant.
Thank you. And I believe this is a continued trial on the contempt hearing. Is that correct, Ms. Marion?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Continue hearing, I should say.
Yes. And we're ready to proceed.
Hold on one second. Mary, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, plaintiffs call Mr. Jacob Landau back to the witness stand. He was on the witness stand when we adjourned the last time the hearing was on.
And Mr. Jacob, are you ready?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I just want to ask the purpose of Mr. Jacob to testify. If Mr. Jacob testifies to the conversation that we had on November 29th, which was recorded, and the plaintiff was.
Sir, we don't know what you have to wait for him to testify.
Sorry.
Mr. Landau, just want to remind you that you're under oath.
Yes.
And Judge, when I was referring to the last time we were before the court, that was on August 1st, 2022. Mr. Landau, when we broke last time, you were telling the court that you authorized the bringing of the present motion for contempt because the defendant violated the court's order. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And at that time, we were going through the complaints that violated the court's order, and we had gotten up to Exhibit 14. So now I'm going to show you Plaintiff's Exhibit 15.
What document number is that?
And do I have the ability to share, Judge? I'm not sure if I do yet.
I will get you that. You could just tell us the nicest number.
I don't know the nicest number on this one.
Ms. Marion, you are now presenter.
Thank you. Oh, shoot. I missed the thing that said admit. Could you do that one more time? I'm sorry. Oh, no, never mind. I see it. Okay. Okay, can everybody see that?
You have to enlarge it.
Okay. I'm enlarging it. Okay, Jacob, do you see what I'm asking that the court mark as Exhibit 15 for today's hearing? Do you see what I'm showing you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And looking at Exhibit 15, and if you need me to make it larger, just let me know.
It needs to make it larger.
You do, Judge? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am saying it.
Okay.
I know you said Jacob, but I can't. I would like it larger as well.
Okay. Is that good now?
That's better, yes.
Okay. I think I can make it a little larger, but it might go off the screen.
That's okay. As long as
No, close the screen.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Okay. So, Jacob, looking at Exhibit 15, do you see what this complaint was for? Do you see where it says category code work without a permit?
Yes,
Is that what the complaint was for?
yes, work without a permit.
Okay. And tell the court, what was the disposition looking at Exhibit 15, where it says disposition and comments? What is the disposition here?
No violation warranted, but this kind of work did not need a permit.
The permit not needed, is that correct?
Correct.
Objection, Your Honor. Is he testifying to this, what's the name, to this, DOB record? Is that what he testifies for?
Now, since the contempt hearing, this hearing has been pending.
Objection,
has
Your Honor.
the defendant-
Your Honor, I'd like to object that. Is the matter?
You like the what?
I'd like to object to the exhibit that the
What
defense.
is your objection?
My objection is the Jacob Landau is testifying what is on the exhibit. Is that what it is?
Yes. What's your objection?
My objection is not a DOB. I mean, what it says on a DOB, we could see that. He has to testify that.
What is your objection, sir? What is your specific objection?
My objection is that the Jacob Landau is not from DOB in order to testify the sufficiency of that document.
He testified to certified records counsel. I mean, Mr. Kymar. Objection is overruled. I'll allow it. The testimony stands.
And Judge, I'm not sure if I had done this before, but I marked these all exhibits 1 through 15 we're up to, and I'd like to offer them all into evidence as well. Besides just marking them for this hearing.
As well, Your Honor, I would like to ask the plaintiff attorney to file them as soon as we're done with this hearing, to file the exhibits that she mentioned in this hearing, because last time she haven't done that. In this case, and if the case, if this motion will go to the appeal, I would like to have that exhibit as well.
You'll have those things, sir.
Thank you.
And I guess I'm just going to ask the court. I'm going to say Exhibit 15 for this date, and because in case there's any duplicatives from another date. But if the court wants, I will file everything online as well, all of the hearing exhibits.
As a matter of fact, one more thing, Your Honor.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Kymar, I want you to stop talking.
No, the last complaint that the plaintiff attorney showed, which is not in the
Mr. Time off. I need you to be more respectful. I said stop talking. Continue, Ms. Marion.
Thank you. So Jacob, since the contempt hearing has been pending, has the defendant filed any more complaints?
Yes, he did.
And before he filed those additional complaints, do you recall that the court issued an order?
Yes.
And do you remember that when we were at a prior hearing, what the court actually told the defendant?
Yes. Not
Go ahead.
Not to file additional, not to do additional filings, not to do additional complaints, not to contact any agencies. Don't, if I remember correctly, the court told them, don't do anything with this case. Don't touch it. Don't do anything with it.
So at this time,
I'm sorry, what court order are you referring to? Can you tell me the record number, please?
okay, I'm getting to it, sir. Okay, just let me do my testimonial. Okay, I'm getting to it.
Sorry.
So, at this time, I'm going to show, or Judge, I would just ask that the transcript, by putting it up on the screen, the transcript from July 13th, 2022, I'm going to ask that this be marked as Exhibit 16. Right? Did I just do 15? I'm sorry. I just did. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to ask that this be marked as Exhibit 16, or for the court to take judicial notice of it, whatever the court prefers, but I would prefer to just mark it as a court exhibit and ask it to be in.
Put it up there so that when we, at the end of today's date, I can tell you exactly what I need to file at the end of today.
Okay, okay. So this is Exhibit 16 that I'm asking to be marked and introduced into evidence, and this is the proceedings from July, official transcript from the court reporter for the transcript from July 13, 2022. And Jacob, did the court also issue a written order?
It's not up. You have to put it up.
Oh, sorry, I thought I did. Oh, I didn't.
You didn't click it.
Oh. Could you see it now?
No.
No?
No.
Oh. Let me try that again. How about now?
No.
Maybe it has to go on this screen.
Now it's coming up.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd ask that this be marked as Exhibit 16 and would offer it into evidence as the official court transcript from the proceedings before this court on July 13, 2022.
In evidence of the official transcript from July 13th of 2022.
Thank you. In addition to the court telling the defendant what you already testified to that the court told the defendant, the court also issued a written order. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And now, Judge, I would like to offer into evidence.
You don't have to offer that into evidence. You could just tell us what the nicest number is for that one.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's nicest document number 323.
That says Exhibit 17 today?
Exhibit 17 for today, but the court says I don't have to offer it into evidence, so that way it's just being marked, but it's nicest document number 323. And Jacob, after the court instructed the defendant not to do anything pertaining to this case, what did the defendant do?
He made more complaints.
And when you say he made more complaints, I'm going to direct your attention now to what I'm asking to be marked as Exhibit 18. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And Judge, this is nicest document number 327. I think it's, and 328.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I'm just confused a little bit. Are we discussing the motion 6 or motion 11?
We're discussing this contempt hearing, sir.
A contempt hearing motion, to motion,
Mr. Kynwalt, it's been the contempt hearing from the beginning. If nothing's changed, it's a consensual contempt hearing, okay? Thank you. Stop it, Mr. Kynwalt, please. Stop it.
And so, Jacob, you testified that after the court issued the orders to the defendant that he filed complaints. I'm showing you what's marked as Exhibit 18 now, and it's NYSEP's document number 327. Do you see that on the
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
And could you tell the court what that is, what this complaint is, and how do you know the defendant filed that complaint?
This complaint is for scaffolding, that's been up on the building since the complaint says since 2019. No work done on the building, and there was a recent fire in the building. And at the time of the complaint, there was no scaffold around my building, and at the time of the complaint, till this date, there's been no fire at this location. And I know.
I'm going to write that testimony. You stated the complaint. The other portion is, how do you know that it's the defendant who filed this complaint?
That's what I'll follow up and ask him that as well.
Okay.
So how do you know that it's the defendant that filed this complaint?
Because if nobody makes complaints against me about scaffolding. It's been the habit of the defendant, whenever he wants something which is unbecoming to him, and he feels he's not getting it, this is the way he threatens.
Objection, Your Honor.
He's going to make a complaint on the POP building that something is around here is illegal, and this is the.
How do you know it was? How do you know it was defendant, counsel?
This is the way the defendant has operated in the past, and this is the way he always does, and it's very similar to complaints that he's told me in the past that he's going to do, and it happens.
So in the past, he's actually told you that he's made complaints and then he's filed complaints. Is that correct?
Correct.
And when you say that this is how the defendant has always done this in the past, is specifically what are you referring to? In other words, was there ever scaffolding at this building previously in the past? Not at the time of the violation.
Yes, previously this building had scaffolding.
Okay. And so when you say this is how the defendant always does it, could you explain to the court what you mean?
What he does is that if he wants something from you and he feels he doesn't get it, the way he extorts something from you is he makes complaints of this nature.
And when you say this nature, can you specifically explain to the court what you mean? Does he look at a past violation? Explain to the court what you mean. What happens? What does he do on the computer?
What he does is like this. He'll go into the computer and look into city records and see what kind of complaints have been filed against his building, and just try his luck again. He says, "Oh, we previously had a complaint about pointing, about scaffolding. I'm going to make this complaint again, unless you do whatever I want," and it just happens. So in
this, specifically about this case, was scaffolding a previous violation that you had gotten?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time when this complaint was made, was there any scaffolding located at the building?
No.
Okay. Thank you. In addition to filing this complaint, did the defendant file any other complaints with regard withdrawn. In addition to filing this complaint, did the defendant file any other complaints after the court issued its orders?
Yes.
Okay, and tell the court about that complaint.
That was for a illegal use of space in the building located at 7100 Ridge Boulevard.
Okay. And was that a valid complaint?
No.
And after the defendant filed these complaints, what, if anything else, did the defendant do anything else in violation of the court order?
Yes, he's filed additional motions.
Okay. And motions and also discovery demands?
Correct.
Objection, Your Honor, I have not filed a motion.
Hold on. Counsel, be careful about how you asking those questions, okay? Ask the question, let him give the answer. Don't give the answer in the question.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. So, showing the court what I'm asking to be marked as Exhibit 19, and which is NYSIF document number 331, I'm showing that to you. Was this filed after the date the court issued its order?
Yes.
Okay. And showing you Exhibit 20, that I'm asking to be marked as an exhibit and offered into evidence, NYSIF document number 332. Was that something that the defendant filed after the judge told the defendant not to do anything with regard to this case?
Yes.
And showing you document number, I'm asking to be marked as exhibit number 21 and offer into evidence as exhibit 21, which is NYSIF document number 333. Was this something that the defendant filed after the court told the defendant not to do anything with regard to this case?
Yes.
And showing you what I'm asking to be marked as exhibit number 22 and offering into evidence, NYSIF document number 340. Was this something that was filed after the court said to the defendant not to do anything with regard to this case?
Yes.
In addition to filing the discovery demands, and also in addition to filing the complaints that were filed after the court said not to contact the court in any way, did the defendant continue to contact the court?
Yes, he did. He wrote a letter to the court.
So I'm showing you what's been marked as exhibit number, I'm asking be marked as exhibit number 23 and offering
Objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit
Objection, Your
number
Honor.
23.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Marion. Mr. Timov, yes?
Yes, you said not to send the emails to the chamber. That's what the words were said.
That's not what I said. No, Mr. Timov. Continue, Miss Marion.
And I have a NYSIF number on this, Judge. I could pull it up, but I don't have it right now, but I'll get that for the court and fill that in. This was also filed on NYSIF. And so when you said that the defendant filed a letter with the court, I'm showing you now what I'm asking the court to be marked and introduced into evidence as Exhibit 23. Is this the letter?
33, Counsel, 33.
23, Judge, 23.
You want this to be marked as exhibit number 23?
Yes.
I'm sorry, 23. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
No, that's okay. It's the NYSIF. Trust me, I'm confused as well. The
NYSIF.
What's that? Sorry.
NYSIF, you're asking for document number 23, NYSIF number that you do not have, that you will supply the court with at a later time. Is that correct?
Right. If you give me a second, I can pull it up right now. But if you don't want to wait,
I'm here all day.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up while we're here, so that way we don't have to come back to it. So that's, 360, an ISIP number 360. 360 that I'm asking to be marked and introduced as exhibit number 23.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your patience. Is this the letter that you said that that was filed with the court after the court issued its orders telling the defendant not to do anything with regard to this case?
Correct.
Okay. And what was this requesting of the court? Exhibit 23, NICIF document 360.
He was requesting to subpoena the electrician.
Okay. And I'm asking that this be marked as exhibit number 24 and offering into evidence, and it's NICIF document number 273, and I'm showing you this, Mr. Landau. And what is this? Is this what the court, withdrawn? Did the defendant previously make the same request of the court that he was making in the prior exhibit?
What's your objection, Mr. Cotton?
I have not made a previous.
What is your objection?
I have not made that. I have not filed a subpoena. I was asking for a permission to file the subpoena.
Exhibit number 20. What is the docket number in NICIF?
Docket number. The letter that this letter.
I'm asking Ms. Marion, please.
Document number 360 was the most recent one, exhibit number 23, the document, NICIF document number 360.
No, I understand that. I thought you was on number 24 now.
Oh, I am. Exhibit number 24 is NICIF document number 273.
273?
273.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. So, Mr. Landau, I'm showing you document number 273, and was this a prior request for the same subpoena for the electrician, Joseph Finura, that the court refused to sign?
This is a previous request, but, yes.
For the electrician,
Yes.
Joseph Finura?
Yes.
For a subpoena for him?
Yes.
And that the court refused to sign on April 11, 2022?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Landau, has the defendant's conduct and actions caused you to suffer harm?
Yes, it did.
And how? Explain to the court how or what harm he has caused you based upon his actions and conduct.
Well, the constant calling and complaining every time when he files a complaint, I have to send down managers and people to see what we're doing. I have to send people to recheck it.
Objection. Objection.
What is the objection? Hold on a second. What is your objection?
The plaintiff have not been specific. When did I call? Before that order or after? Because after I have not contact the management. That's very important to understand.
Okay, that's not his testimony. You have to listen to his testimony. Listen to the question and listen to the answer. Okay? Continue, Mr. Jacob.
If he makes a complaint, I have to send down staff to see what the condition is. I have to double check it. Oftentimes, I have to go down myself, stop what I'm doing, disrupt my regular course of business, deal with his emails or threats.
Objection.
What's your objection?
Email threats. What emails he's referring to? What threats is he referring to, Your Honor?
Okay,
He's just putting this on the record. That's all it is.
Mr. Kimoff, I got you. All right? You have to state what you want to say, and then let me make my ruling, okay?
Sure.
You have to be very specific as to the email. But the question is, after the court asked you not to, what happened, he told us what happened, and now he's telling us what he has suffered.
Okay, he filed duplicative motions. He's asked not to do it, and he does it again and again. We have to hire attorneys to fight this. This takes everyone's time and at a great expense of money, and the whole time this is causing me extreme stress and anxiety. Sometimes I dread coming to the office. I dread that I'm alive. That I have somebody following me, lurching at me, not letting me breathe. I believe the court got a glimpse of what goes on in my life just from the prior to the case we had July 13, where I heard the judge telling him, "You've contacted everyone in the city, in my office, myself, my court attorney, and the office here. This is what goes on. This is just a glimpse of what goes on, like I would say, life in the big city."
And what, if any, impact? And so when you're referring to threats and emails, are you referring to all the specific things that you testified to, and the incidents that you testified to during this hearing, including when the defendant wasn't present? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. And so those are the threats and when he was extorting you and trying to get a house from you and all
Objection,
of that.
Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor.
What is your objection, Mr. Kymore?
Extorting the house or what? Which one we talking about? I mean, are we talking about? No, hold on a second. Are we talking about motion?
Stop. Mr. Kymore, stop. Okay? This is prior testimony. She's just bringing it all around.
I was not presented a prior testimony. I would like that to be repeated again because I was not presented because I was in a hospital.
You have to get a copy of the transcript, Mr. Kymore, okay? It's not their responsibility to give you the copy of the transcript.
I did contact the reporter, Your Honor, but they asked for $455. I don't have that money. And I was going to send you a letter, but you said not to send the letter.
No. Don't say what I say, because no matter what I say, you do what you want to do. So don't act as, this is why we're here. Okay, you have to understand that this hearing is about you not complying with court orders. Not only my orders, but a judge prior to me. And that's why it's going on and it's going on and on, because things are happening. So when you're not present, there's always a court reporter. You have to go to the court reporter. You have to pay for it. That's part of court.
I'm a low income. I don't have money to pay $455 for court transcript.
Sir, I'm not here. What I cannot do is advocate for you. I'm only here to listen to the testimony and make a ruling, make sure all the evidentiary things are going proper, and that's what I'm doing, okay? If you can't afford it, I can't make somebody give it to you.
I'm asking can I ask the court to allow me to file a motion as a low.
I want you to stop talking. I want Ms. Marion to continue. Okay, you are going to get your turn, but this is a procedure, and you have to follow the court procedure. Ms. Marion, please.
So, Mr. Landau, I was saying, my question was that before the defendant objected, was that when you were testifying about the emails and the phone calls and the threats, is that what you had testified to prior in this proceeding? All of those specific instances that you had testified to? Is that what you were? Thank you. And with regard to your health, what if any impact has this had on your health?
I suffer terribly. I mean, I have diabetes, and every time I get stressed out, my sugars go way out of control. When they go out of control, I cannot function, and this leads to diabetes related diseases that happen as a result of uncontrolled diabetes. I started having high blood pressure.
As the defendant,
Counsel, if you don't have documentation, then I'm not going to allow it. I'm allowed subject to connection, but if you don't have documentation from a doctor's office, I'm not going to allow it.
understood, Your Honor. Has the defendant's conduct been a constant disruption to your business?
Yes.
And when you said what we've experienced in court, is this a sampling of the constant complaints that goes on every day with regard to your business?
Yes.
Okay. And has this also impacted your business reputation and relationship with the Department of Buildings?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And thank you. Judge, I'm done with Mr. Landau. At this point, I would just like the court to take judicial notice of the fact that on today's date at 10 a.m., the defendant filed NYSEF document number 364, a 47-page document filed with this court at 10 a.m. this morning when everybody was on the hearing, but the defendant was not present on the hearing, yet he was filing NYSEF document number 364 at 10 a.m.
Objection, Your Honor.
And
What's the objection, Mr. Kymore?
First, I filed this because last time we asked Miss.
Okay, stop. Let her finish making her record, and then you go.
Okay.
Judge, at this point, the plaintiff's rest. We would like to just request time to give summations or concluding remarks for the hearing when the court deems it appropriate. But at this time, the plaintiff's rest.
Okay, before the plaintiff's rest, I have a question of your client, Ms. Marion.
Sure, Judge. Sorry. I didn't mean to jump the gun there.
No, you can rest. You absolutely can rest. I have a question, and then I'm going to allow Mr. Kymore to do some cross-examination. Now, today, when you were saying as to Exhibit 18, and that would be documents number 327, and I believe 328, that you asked that you know it was him. You know it was him because of certain things, right? And one of the things you said is because he wants something from you. So if he, at that time, when he filed those documents on or about June 22nd and June 23rd of 2022, what did he want from you? If not,
I said in past history, when he needed something from me and he didn't get it, this is the type of complaints that he makes, and but it has his fingerprints, it has his.
That is exactly right. That's my question. So, in the past, he wanted something. If he didn't get it, he filed.
This is what he does, and he kept on telling me, this is what I do to make your life uncomfortable.
Objection, Your Honor.
That's what I'm saying. So, if that's what you're saying, that's the way he works. Would on or about, but they tell us it was received June 22nd and June 23rd, respectively. I'm asking you, on or around that time, maybe a little earlier in June, what did he want from you? If you can.
On that date, he did not want it, but this is what he does.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Kymore, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. He said send the emails after an order was not allowed me. We're talking about order of last recent order from Judge Shears, not to send the emails. You said I was sending the thread emails. When is the last time I sent you the emails?
Objection. That is misrepresenting the testimony.
No, it's not.
Excuse me. I'm talking.
No, that's me.
Sorry.
Mr. Kymore, you need to read the court's order as to what was not supposed to be done.
I know. He's referring to
could I just finish my objection?
Yes.
The plaintiff, Mr. Landau, stated that the court said not to do anything. He didn't specify email. And specifically what we brought out from the testimony was the 2 complaints filed, and then the discovery filed with the court, and then the letter to the court with regard to the subpoena for the electrician. That's what we brought out.
Mr. Kymore, you should read the order and then you should ask your question.
Okay, question to Mr. Landau.
Go ahead.
Do you recall the violation number, ECB violation number 37005-378P, docket number 164?
I don't see it in front of me. Can you,
I cannot. I don't know how to do this like the plaintiff attorney did show. Ms. Marion, can you show that to your client? Document 164.
If the court asked me to do it, do you want me to do it, Judge?
Now, India, would you do it, please?
Okay.
I can't do it from my screen, Judge.
Oh, okay, thank you. Ms. Marion, please, do so. 164.
Do you recall this violation, sir? Mr. Landau?
a little longer. A little, go down, drop. Yes.
Yes, you do recall. Now, would you please read where it says specific violation condition and remedy? Would you please read that for the court?
It says no application on file for branch circuit wiring, fixtures, switches, outlets, remedy, obtain permit.
Okay. Now, question. Does that mean it was done without the permit and it needs to obtain the permit?
It means we have to obtain a permit.
Right. Now, would that also as well would mean that while you're obtaining, when you obtain the permit, you would put what kind of job it needs to be done?
It says obtain a permit.
No. When you're obtaining for a permit, when you file the application for a permit, you would explain what job needs to be done.
It says obtain permit.
No, sir. I'm not talking about this application. I'm talking about when you obtain a permit from Department of Buildings. Okay? Would you have to put the plan of work over there and a PW1? It's called a form.
I don't do obtaining permits. I have people that do it for us.
Okay. Would that also as well would mean that you have to rewire all previous job that was done without the permit?
I have people that,
No, excuse me.
I'll allow it, if he knows.
I have people that do it for me.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. You as well filed for the permit number B00241373P1, and you also filed, one second.
Okay, Mr. Kimoff, let me ask you this question. What is that relevant as to? Listen to me. Listen to the entire question.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with you not complying with the court's order?
It would show.
Not to file any further, and this is not, and I'm not even discussing my order because that's from 2017. I'm talking about the judge prior to me.
Okay. It would show that the judge never forbid me to call to 311. It says not to file insufficient complaints. Now, my goal in showing to the court that there was a violation issued, which we saw right now, ECB violation, but it was not corrected, and the permit that was obtained for this correction was expired on July 5th of this year, and the job was not done. But at the
Mr. Kimoff, listen to me.
But I'm going there, Your Honor. But at the same time, when he applied for that permit to correct the violation, he as well filed a certificate of correction where he filed an affidavit saying that he got inside the apartment and he clears the violation. The certificate of correction is 172, Dr.
Okay,
Dion.
listen to me, Mr. Sidemore. That's not what this case is about. What you have to show, listen to me. This is Mr. Jacob's petition in the court. Listen to me. Listen.
I'm listening.
Don't talk. Don't think ahead of me. Listen to my question. Listen to my statement. The case that's before me now is Mr. Landau has asked his attorney to petition the court. We have had several hearing dates asking me, the court, the judge right now, to find you in contempt of a previous judge's order that told you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. And you did it. And then in addition to that...
Did what, Your Honor? Did what?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay? The judge's order, right? There was a judge's order prior to me that said to you, don't do X, Y, and Z. I'll go to the nicest number as well.
1951.
And Mr. Jacob is saying, after the judge told you not to do that, you did. Then in addition to that judge telling you not to do something, I told you not to do something, and you then went and did it anyway. So because of your behavior, because of your conduct, he's asking the court to find you in contempt. It doesn't matter right now. What you're trying to show is that he had violations. Doesn't matter if he had violations. What we're dealing with now is that even if he had violations up until yesterday, even this morning, you were told to mind your business and to not do anything about it.
I was not told that in...
the court, until you petition the court to do so. That's what you were told in court orders, and I don't know what the other judge told you, but I specifically told you. So I'm saying to you, that's what this case is about. It's not about the violations anymore. It's about your violation of a court order, now more than one court order. That's what this case is about. Not about the violations. Doesn't matter if he had violations right now.
No, Your Honor, the file...
So you're going to be asking questions based on what Ms. Marion has gotten from him about you to clear up what you did and why you did it, and show why you were not in violation of the court's orders. That's what you're doing now. That's all you're doing. You're not showing violations.
No, my goal was, Your Honor...
Mr. Kaimov, listen. You're not here to show his violations. You are here to show, listen, because your mouth is about to open. I can see it. You are here to show, listen to me. You are trying to say, Judge, I hear what they're saying, but I did not violate anything that the previous judge told me, and that would be in NYSA order number 108, nor did I violate your order that was previously given a docket number, and that was, I believe, NYSA number
51.
Okay? So that's what we're here for.
Sorry, it's not 51.
No, it's not 51.
No, Your Honor's previous order is, sorry, I just have to get it, is...
Okay, I got it. I understand. I'd like to...
What do you understand? Before you ask another question, what do you understand?
Can I just say it's 323. 323 was the written order. NYSA document 323.
323.
What do you understand we're here for? Mr. Kyle.
I'm here to show that I have not disobeyed the order, previous order, which is the Judge Belly Shipman, and your order, Your Honor. Now we start with the motion sequence 6, which we had the order show cause of a plaintiff. 1 second. Order show cause, plaintiff order show cause for civil contempt, 168. Now, you said Mr. Landau, you said it did impact you with the relationship with the DOB. How does it exactly impact the relationship with the DOB? That the complaints?
I did not understand your question. Can you please explain it?
When when Miss Marion was asking you how did when I complained, how did it impact you? Your response was it did impact you. The fact that I'm filing the complaint, it does impact you with impact your relationship with the DOB. How exactly is it impact the relationship with the DOB between you and him?
My buildings don't look clean. They look like they're full of complaints. You make unsubstantiated complaints, and I try to have orderly buildings to try to do my job. And
no, sir. That was not a question. How exactly does it impact the relationship between Jacob Landau or the management Osford LLC and a DOB?
We're supposed to maintain our buildings in a certain way, and you're painting it in a light as if my buildings are falling apart all the time.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand.
And
Objection.
Hold on a second. I'll let the reporter read it back to me. You can start with number of complaints.
Your Honor, would you like me to read back the question or the answer?
He knows what he asked him. The answer where it starts, looks like my buildings are not maintained, something to that effect.
The last answer, then.
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Answer. Because we're supposed to maintain our buildings in a certain way, and you're painting it in a light as if, my buildings are falling apart all the time.
I'm sorry, one more time, I'm sorry. One more time, the interpreter, I'm sorry.
Your Honor?
You may.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, just have to get it again. Answer. Because we're supposed to maintain our buildings in a certain way, and you're painting it in a light as if, my buildings are falling apart all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Landau, can you explain that answer? What exactly you meant?
That's the answer. That's his explanation.
Okay.
Okay.
So also as well, you said not too long ago when you testified that your building looks dirty. What did you mean?
That it has violations. That it, you know, that we're not doing our job.
No, hold on.
Let me just say this. Stop. Let me just say this. Okay. We don't have a jury here, so I'm telling you what I'm understanding him to say because I have to make this decision. Okay. So what I hear him saying is because of the number of violations that are called in, the alleged violations, it looks as if this is a dirty building. It looks like this building is falling apart. The more complaints that are lodged against the place, looks like the place is a wreck. That's what I'm understanding.
Okay, got it. Now, Mr. Landau, so if I understood, that would look that your buildings are in a lot of violations, but once the violation, the complaint filed, they're coming to inspect, correct?
I don't understand the question.
Once a defendant files the complaint, the DOB comes to inspect. Is that correct?
Okay.
Is that correct?
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Once the defendant files the complaint with the DOB has to come and inspect whether or not to issue a violation. Is that correct?
Objection as to what the DOB has to do.
Again, we're not talking about the violation of Mr. Jacob. We're talking about the violation, alleged violation of Mr. Kaimov as to the numerous orders of the court. So
Okay. One more question.
Let me try to say it this way. If, let's say, for example, that every violation you called in was in fact a violation, it still does not absolve you from if they prove that you violated a court order. They could have 1 million violations. If the court told you not to do something and you did it, you can be found in contempt. And that is why we are here.
Your
Not
Honor,
about you violating, about what you did.
Okay,
So
but
you have to prove that you didn't do those things. I gotta get that to you.
yeah, but Your Honor, the order of the Judge Belly Schiffman that we're talking about did not forbid me to call to 311 and file the complaint. It forbid me to file on sufficient complaint. Now, your order was forbid me to file any complaint, even though there is a complaint. Okay, I want the court to understand.
You have to prove. That's what you have to prove.
Now, I have to prove that a violation in sequence, or in the plaintiff's motion sequence 6 was not insufficient, Your Honor. That the 3 violations they include in their affidavits. May I start, please? I'm done with the witness, Jacob Landau. I'd like to start with the statement.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Plaintiff order show cause, Knife 168. Civil contempt of court order pursuant to the juridical law 753.
Wait a second. I'm sorry, pursuant to the what law?
Pursuant to
Percent?
Pursuant?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I heard pursuant.
Percent.
Percent?
Yeah, it's
To
pursuant.
the, can you start from percent, please?
Pursuant to the juridical law 753 and 756 for failure to comply with the temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction issued by court on August 6, 2020. NYSIF document number 51. I would like to show to the district court why this issue is very important to the defendant and how defendant came to the conclusion and what defendant motive were for filing complaints number 3823147, NYSIF number 154, and complaint number 1587766. NYSIF number 165 with the New York City Department of Building by calling 311. As well, plaintiff stated in his affirmation of Jacob Landau, NYSIF number 150. In paragraph 8, defendant spoke with the receptionist from Landau Management and would only identify himself as a Charlie. Yet another alias used by defendant. When the receptionist, by my instruction, informed him to contact their attorney's office, he immediately responded, "I know the department to call. It's HPD and DOB," in paragraph 9. Thereafter, defendant called Landau Management again, this time telling that he is going to get FBI involved in this litigation. First, I would like to start with my conclusions and my motives of filing complaint 3823147 NYSIF 154 in motion 6. Plaintiff claims that defendant violates the mandate of this court when he filed allegedly insufficient complaints number 3823147 with NYC Department of Buildings by calling 311 reference number 31108538292. NYSIF number 154 where ECB violation 3870 violation number 37005378P is the last violation that mentioned in complaint of 3823147 is no application on file for breach circuits wiring throughout apartment 5B fixtures, switches and outlets. REM obtained permit. See document 164. Honorable Court should be aware that apartment B5 is defendant's apartment since May 2015 to present day. In 2017, numerous electricity complaints calls were made by defendants to the Landau Management reference to hazard condition in apartment B5 due to the illegal wiring throughout the entire apartment. Court must know in the 2015 plaintiff Landau Management LLC did electrical wiring through the entire apartment B5.
Your Honor, can he please slow down?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Mr. Kymov, you have to slow down so the reporter get all of the numbers straight and the documents straight. Okay. So before we go forward, let me just say this. And I'm gonna just start right at 164, document number, NYSIF number 164.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see the date of that violation?
164?
2017. You see the date of that violation?
1 second, let me open it. Yes.
Okay, 2017. Okay, the orders that I am dealing with, that of the court, are after that. So whatever came before that is of no consequence to this hearing. Okay? The court said you have to start the order of 2020, which was docket number, I think it's 52. Then there's another one from Judge
51, Your Honor, sorry.
I'm sorry?
It's 51. NYSIF 51 is the August 6, 2020 order.
It says 52 on my page. But it could be both. Sometimes they put it twice.
Yeah, sometimes they do it twice. I think you're right, Judge. That's right.
So
I have before me the amended order of August 6th, that's number 52, docket NICA number 52, and another of the statements is NICA number 108.
Actually, it's order 51, the order.
It's 51 and 52, it's the same.
Okay. Okay.
All right. As long as it's amended order and it's August 6th of 2020. These are the orders that I am addressing. So anything that came prior to that, any behavior prior to that is of no consequence.
Your Honor, this complaint was involved in violation
Listen to me. This is not about violation.
No, about the complaint. The filing the motion of contempt, because I filed the complaint 1587766 with a DOB.
Doesn't matter when you file the complaint against him. This case before me is about your violating the court order.
By filing the complaint.
Stop. Look at number 52. Right? That's a court order. Ms. Marion, if you could pull it up for us.
52, Judge?
Yes.
No, I got it right here.
I'm looking at it, Your Honor.
Okay. So this was an order this is Judge Bailey Fishman's order.
Correct.
Right? This is before you all were in the midst of discovery. She told you, and she told everybody what to do and what not to do.
Right, which it says right here.
All right, but that's one thing, right? Then there's another order dated June 17th of 2021.
2021? June 17th of 2021. What number is this?
That would be number 108.
108.
I have it up now.
108. One second. 108.
And this is the order in which they asked the court for consent.
1 second. I'm pulling it up.
For failure to abide by the order of August 6th.
Okay.
That's what we hear about.
Your Honor, what it says, order that plaintiff motion 4 is granted to the extent the defendant is restrained from making a false or unsubstantiated complaint to the DOB. That's what I'm coming from, Your Honor, by mentioning that in their order show cause 168, they said they're filing this order show cause in contempt because Itamar Chayim, the defendant, filed the complaint number 3823147, and they're claiming that it was insufficient. Now that's why I'm trying to prove that it's sufficient complaint. By showing that the Mr. Landau put false statement in the affidavit which was filed for correction of this violation. On record it shows corrected, but at the same time it's not. It's been since 2017 till today as the same condition. So that's what I'm trying to show to the judge, that at the same time, plaintiff's electrician called to send the mail to the Jacob Landau, which dated document 177, which says they were supposed to come inside and fix it, but they never got access. So therefore, they underline that it needs to be fixed, not only pull up the permit. Okay, Your Honor? So that's why, knowing that when when they corrected a violation, but in real time it was not actually corrected. That's how I made a conclusion and filed that. What's his name? Filed the.
Okay, stop. Like, okay, stop right there. Now, that's where I want you to move from. From anything after this date, June of 2021, right? June, August 20th, August 6th of 2020, the court told you something, right?
June of 2020?
August 6th of 2020.
Yes.
The court said to refrain from doing some things, right?
Yes.
Okay? Then the court, you will return back to court on 2021, and the court had another decision, okay?
Which
And
is?
the court ordered you that you are to refrain from making false and or unsubstantiated complaints to DOB. So that, from that day forward, that's what we're talking about, okay?
Okay.
So, in addition, from August 6th of 2020, then in June of 2021, the court added that as well. Okay? So, anything prior to that, the court is not addressing that. The court is addressing everything that came after. You cannot be held in contempt for something that the court did not tell you to do or not to do. Okay, so if you did something in 2017, that's not my issue. 18, 19, only up until August of 2020 did the court tell you something.
Okay, Your Honor, the filing order show course 168, because I filed a complaint with the Department of Building 3825147. Would you please open that document 164?
Okay. I will go to 164.
Please. Thank you. You see the last...
Okay.
You got it?
Again, listen to me, Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Listen to me. The date of the court's order is August of 2020. Okay? So this docket number 164, right?
Yes.
When was it filed with DOB?
164?
You asked me to look at document number 164, right?
154.
154?
154.
Okay, I'm going to 154. 154. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
154. Okay.
GOB complaint.
Okay, 154 is a GOB complaint, right?
Right.
And that was received November 27th of 2021, correct?
Correct.
Now go with that.
Thank you. The last violation, Your Honor, you see ECB violation 3700537-8P. It's for apartment B5, electrical.
Say the number again.
3700537-8P as in Peter. That violation, out of all 10 of them, the last one is the 10th one, is from the B5 apartment.
So now, where do I see this number, 3700537-8P?
You see this? You see my opinion, work without the permit, and the last that sentence, last one.
I see it.
You see that? So the last one is me, is my apartment. So now we go to, that's where comes this violation, which I mentioned it before, 3700537-8. You see that? I made this complaint, the one you saw right now, that my opinion that work without a permit, false statement are in all certificate of correction. Request a full reinspection of all violations. And I named all the violations. So the last one is my apartment. Why did I come up to that conclusion? The court has to understand, so this way it would not be as an insufficient complaint. You know what I mean?
You don't make that determination, Mr. Kimoff. That's the point. The Department of Buildings makes that
exactly, but
that's the chance that you take when you make a violation. So according to this, I'm moving with you, okay? So if you're under this, overall, the complaint number is 382-3147, right? That's the complaint number with the Department of Buildings.
Yes.
And under there's a lot of other numbers, including your number.
The last one.
37005378, P as in Peter. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that was done after Judge Bailey Schiffman's order. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then, according to the Department of Buildings, that inspection was done on November 30th.
The inspection was never done. The inspection was done. They're saying they were never came personally to inspect. They looked
No.
through the record, Your Honor.
No. Listen, I have to go by the record.
Exactly.
Right? What you asked me to look at, it says it was last inspected. They give you the badge number, right? The badge number is 1751.
Right.
Says the disposition as of 12/1/2021. No
Correct.
violation warranted for complaint at time of inspection. That is what badge number 1751 is telling.
As well it says the
It says comment. Don't talk over me. Comment. I don't know if that's a 12 or a 2.
It's
No
I2.
violation
It's I2.
warranted. See? Okay, you can't talk over me because the reporter is making a record and she cannot record properly if two people are speaking at the same time.
Okay.
I am looking at the document that you asked me to look at and I am reading what I see. Okay? I want to tell you what I see so that you know when I make my decision that I see what you want me to see. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now, anything else on here that you want me to see?
Yes, it says there because the permit was pulled up. 2 permits they mentioned. It says, you see I2, no violation warranted. See application B00231373 and
Yes.
B00045640. Now, I would like to ask the question to Mr. Landau.
This is your case. You said you didn't have any further questions of Mr. Landau.
Oh no, I do, because why did not issue violation, because back in 11/30/21 those permits which were they described in comments, the last digit 73 and the second one 40 permits were not expired yet, and that's why they did not physically came to inspect the place nor the apartment. They said there's a permit and the landlord has the time to do the correction while the permit still has the time. Okay, but the permit expires July 5th of this year. Now the question
where is that on this document?
Excuse me?
You asking me to look at this document. Where is what you're saying on this document or another document?
You see this? See application 50023? That's the permit number. That's the first one. and a B00456440, that's a second permit for correction of this violation.
Okay, but I don't see that there's a violation, please. That's what I'm asking you. Show me on this document where
They did not issue violation because the landlord, those permits still has the time. It has the time to correct the violation. So while it did not expire, but when it's expired, then they come to inspect. Now, the question to Mr. Landau, was it ever inspected that the electricity job in the permit? 1 second.
No, that's not a question to Mr. Landau. That is for you. This is your portion of the case. You said that you had no further questions of Mr. Landau. So now you put on your portion of the case when you started by showing me violations after the date, dates that may be in contention, why you complied with the court's order.
I didn't understand.
Okay, so remember I had the court order of August 6th
Yes.
and another one June of 2021. And
Yes.
so this portion is dated after those dates, which is right. That's right for this case. So now this is a violation, and you're saying that it was a good violation. When you called it in, it was a substantial violation. That's what you're saying. That no, Judge, I was not in violation of the court of Judge Bailey Schiffman's order because this document number 154, is showing that there was a violation. So when I called it in, it was substantiated. That's what you have to show me.
Your Honor, in that complaint, I said all the electrical, what's his name?
Okay, I got all of that.
And why?
Listen to me, Mr. Kymar. We are having a hearing. I can't go outside of what I can get. I have documentation from the Department of Building, and that's what I have to go on.
Okay.
Okay.
May I
So
continue?
go ahead.
May I continue, please? Now, with the complaint number 3823147, document number 154, in motion sequence 6, plaintiff claims that the defendant violated the mandate of this court when he filed allegedly insufficient.
What NYSIP number, please?
NYSIP number 154.
The same one.
Oh, the same one. Okay, sorry. And wait, and what complaint number?
That's the complaint. 3823147.
Wait,
823.
Wait, just give me one
What's the
second.
complaint number on the top, Miss Marion? That
No,
says
I
resolved?
know. Could you repeat which one it is, please?
It's the full document.
Oh, the 3823147. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The 311 reference number 311-05538292. Where violation number 37005378 is the last violation, which is a minor.
Objection.
What's the
It wasn't presented at this hearing.
Excuse me?
It's the same document. It's the same number we've been talking about all the while.
That's
I
your.
know, Judge. I know.
Objection is overruled. Continue.
Judge, we did not present this. This was not on our case for claiming that this was...
Objection is overruled. Continue, Mr. Kymar.
In 2000.
But you're saying the same thing. I'm not going to allow you to say it over and over. I got it the first time.
Okay.
It's the same number under the same complaint. I see it's the same detail. I don't care if you call another number out of there, a violation, for example, if you say 3554-7955J.
Yeah.
Even if you call that number, the determination by the Department of Buildings is going to be the same. Now move on to another complaint number that was after the judge's order to show that it was substantiated and that you are not in violation of the court's order.
All right. Up until today, the condition has not been corrected since 2017, so that's...
Does not matter. That is not why we are here. You have to understand that. We are not here about his violation. We are here about your behavior. His conduct, I'm going to say it one last time. Yes, Mr. Jacob.
My battery is running low. I have to get a plug. I have to go away for a minute.
I'm going to continue because your attorney is still here, okay? If that will be okay with you, Miss Marion.
Yes, Your Honor, of course.
Okay, because we got 10 more minutes for the morning.
Your Honor?
Listen, Mr. Hyman, I need you to listen, and I need you to listen carefully, okay? And I'm going to say this, and this is what I'm saying is only an example. If Mr. Jacob's building was in horrible condition, let's just say it was the worst building ever in New York City, it wouldn't even matter right now, because what we're dealing with is not his building and not his conduct. Right now, you have to prove to the court that Mr. Jacob's attorney has not proven their case that your behavior was abhorrible, that your behavior was out of line with what the court said. Okay? That's what you have to prove. This has nothing to do with Mr. Jacob or his building, whether it's the Taj Mahal or if it's Collier's mansion on steroids. Doesn't even matter. What we're here about is your conduct, and your conduct alone.
Okay. They're claiming, Your Honor, they're claiming on 11/27/2022, the complaint was filed by the defendant, 3823147, is insufficient. That's what they're claiming in their affidavit and affirmations. Okay? My goal to show to the judge why I come up and how did I come up to this conclusion in order to write my opinion on there. It was not 100% statement. It was my opinion, the DOP, which I'm entitled for, and the judge, the Bella Schiffman, have never forbid me to call to 311. That's my constitutional, New York constitutional, and United States constitutional right to use the public services. So therefore, Judge Bella Schiffman could not discriminate me and forbid me to contact the 311 or use the public services. What she could have done, and which she did, she said not to file insufficient complaint. Now the question is insufficient, whether or not it's true or not true. That's what it comes from, Your Honor. The last one on that complaint, the claims that was insufficient. The last complaint that is mentioned on that.
The words, listen to me, the words she said is making false and or unsubstantiated
Exactly.
complaints.
Okay, great. Exactly. Now, the court has to understand, how did I come up to that conclusion in order to write this, and within my belief it was not insufficient, just because I'm trying...
But listen to me, Now stop. Now listen, I heard that. But listen to me. It's not your opinion that the judge is going to go on. The judge is going to go on what the DOB tells the judge.
Exactly, Your Honor. Exactly, and I'm trying to prove this to this court that the violation was not correct.
I saw that document, so move on to the next document to show.
Oh, okay. Because no. It shows that the credibility to the judge should see the credibility of the plaintiff, because when this violation was corrected back in 2021, what's his name? Mr. Landau filed the affidavit which he assured that it was corrected, but at the same time, he provides the letter from his electrician once again.
Don't tell me about Mr. Landau. Tell me about Mr. Kymore.
Exactly, Your Honor,
Mr. Kymore.
Your Honor, it should show to the judge that...
Show me about Mr. Kymore and the DOB, saying that, yeah, when Mr. Kymore calls about the electricity, we went there and we found a violation. Therefore, his behavior of calling, using his constitutional right, going against what the judge said, is substantiated. We have substantiated his claims. That's what you have to show me.
This, Your Honor, this thing, it was unsubstantial. My goal to show to the judge that it's not unsubstantial. Why? Because of the last complaint that is mentioned on that complaint, on the document 154. The last one is from my apartment, which was never corrected by in record, DOB record. It shows it was corrected. But there is a letter from the electrician which says they have tried to get the access. They couldn't. So that means they never got an access in order to correct it. But the affidavit from electrician and from the Jacob Landau to the DOB says they already corrected it back in 2021. That's what I'm trying to show. They're saying to the DOB they corrected it. That it's not corrected. And do you understand what I'm trying to say, Your Honor?
I want you to, I'm going to close out this morning. You're going to come back at 2:30. I want you to move on to the next violation that they claim
I cannot do that.
Department of Buildings that was unsubstantiated.
I could do this now, Your Honor.
At 2:30, that's what you will do. Okay? We're moving on. That's what you will do. We will move off of this document number 154, and you will have time to now get all your documents in a row and move that way. Okay? When you come back this afternoon, you're going to say nicest number. This is what they claim. This is what I did. Okay? You should have all what they claim.
Okay.
Move from there. This is what they claim. This is what the Department of the Building said, that it was substantiated. Therefore, I did not fall in violation of the court's order. Document number, the next document number, this is what they claim. This is what DOB found. Therefore, I'm not in violation of the court order. And you're going to move that way this afternoon. That's how you're going to present your case. There's no questions of Mr. Jacob, because you already told the court you have no questions of him and that you want to present.
No, after my statement.
So now you are going to present your case. When we come back at 2:30, and you're going to present it in the way that I just explained. Do you understand that, Mr. Kymore?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what you understand I just said.
That I will have the chance at 2:30 to represent the exhibits and to explain all the exhibits starting from 154 document.
And you're going to go in order. You're going to put them. You're going to line them up, correct?
Yes. One by one. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Be
well. You have the link. Use the same link when you come back on at 2:30.
Same one. Yes.
Okay. Be well. Thank you.
That's it for today. For now.
2:30. I'll see you back at 2:30. Get all your stuff in order, sir. So we're ready to.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.